Happy Saturday, guys. We should go over some announcements. Again, this past week's been great. A bunch of classes this week. We'll post the next schedule for next week tomorrow, so you can see that in our WOD video tomorrow. And 2 more days left for that nutrition challenge. So today and tomorrow, guys, keep it up. You're almost there. Finish off strong. And let us know how everything went, what kind of style of nutrition you took or movement challenge you did, and let us know how that affected you and how what kind of gains you got off of it. I'm gonna pass it over to Chris for the workout of the day.
Okay guys, today we have a 3-round workout. We have 4 stations here, 4 different movements. You're working 1 minute at a time per station. So you do 1 minute of max amount of sit-ups. After that, you do 1 minute of push-ups, then you do 1 minute of squats, and then you do 1 minute of sumo deadlift high pulls. When you're done that, you go for a minute of rest. We'll go through the movements here, guys. For the sit-ups, most of you guys can keep moving on these, so we want you to just keep trying to move for that almost whole minute, maybe like 5-10 seconds left, something like that. You can transition into the next movement, give yourself a second to shake out your arms or whatnot, get ready for the next station. But for the sit-ups, you should be trying to keep moving for that whole time. The push-ups are going to feel definitely different than the sit-ups. The push-ups you're going to have to break up. Most people will not be able to go unbroken for a full minute for all 3 rounds on push-ups. So my recommendation here is do whatever rep scheme you think is comfortable. So for example, for myself, I might do 10 push-ups to start, shake it out, do another 10 push-ups. When that starts breaking down, maybe start going into sets of 6, 7, something like that. Eventually, probably even get down to sets of 1 or 2. So that is normal, that's going to happen. The sit-ups, you might get a little bit of that cardio going, the burn in the abs, the push-ups, your cardio is gonna definitely calm down a little bit because it's gonna be more of a strength movement. Once you're done that, you move into the squats. So, and also for the push-ups, you can go for pretty much the full minute there because you will be breaking it up. When you transition into the squats, we also want you to be just continuous movement again for that full minute on the squat. So kind of like the sit-ups, the squats you should keep going. Even if you are going at a slower pace, at first you might be banging them out a little bit quicker. As you get tired, just try to keep moving. If you ever have to stop for a second to shake out your legs, by all means go for that, but we want to keep that movement going. Then the final minute, we're getting into the sumo deadlift high pull. Depending on your weight here, guys, kind of like push-ups, you might have to break those up. So if you go with, let's say, like a 95 for the guys, 65 for the girls, if you're in that range, you might do something like 10, 15, 20, something like that. Put the bar down, shake it out, do another 15, 20, 10, whatever it is, shake it out again, and so on. So you want to keep going on those as well. You will get that heart rate up on those sumo deadlift high pulls for sure. As far as that minute rest goes, you're probably not going to be 100% recovered. However, going into that next round, you want to try to stay somewhat consistent with your numbers. We do want you going at a max effort here, so you can expect your overall numbers to go down. Your push-ups in the second round will almost for sure go down with those muscles getting tired. The sit-ups and the squats, you should be pretty close. Maybe the sumos might go down a little bit as well. 3 rounds of that, guys. Enjoy this one today. I'm going to pass it over to Yash for the afterburner.
All right, guys. So afterburner today, 2 minutes of that glute stretch per side. I'll show you guys some demos on that, but you can choose any option that you like. If you have a different variation you want to choose today, you can. And then 2 minutes of that frog stretch, guys. Really good to open up those hip capsules. And a good stretch for that groin as well. So we'll see you guys next for the warm-up.
Okay, for today's warm-up, we are starting off with 2 minutes of some type of cardio. So you can run, you can bike, you can skip, you can swim if you got a pool. So pick something to get your heart rate up for 2 minutes. You can also do burpees. I bet you nobody is going to choose that, but I'm going to say it anyways. After that, we're doing 2 sets of 15 high pulls. So for that high pull, we're just going from a strict position today. We're gonna just keep those, you can use a kettlebell, you can use a backpack's a good one for this one. Just put your hands through the top of the straps, and you're just gonna pull your object up as high as you can. Notice how I'm leading with my elbows and I'm trying to engage that upper back when I get to the top, and I'm trying to squeeze those muscles as my object gets all the way up past my collarbone. After 15 of those strict ones, we're gonna go for 10 Superman T Raises. So for the Superman T Raise, we're just gonna come down to our stomachs, and your hands are gonna be out to the side, and we're just gonna start off in a relaxed position. So your head and neck are neutral, looking down. Then from here, we're gonna raise our legs off the ground, try to keep the feet together, and you're also gonna raise your arms nice and high up off the ground. So you're trying to squeeze those shoulder blades together. You're also gonna feel your butt squeeze and your low back tensioning up as well. So 10 of those, don't rush those. I always like to pause for like a second or 2 seconds when I get to the top and make sure I feel that engagement in the areas I talked about. After you're done 2 sets of those, you're gonna do 2 sets of 15 Russian kettlebell swings. Biggest pointer to think about on those Russian swings, make sure that that hip comes back and that shin stays straight in the air. So I'm gonna look forward and I'm gonna use my hip to pop that object up. Every single time, we're going about eye level here with our weight, and at the top, I'm also thinking about pulling those shoulder blades together. Lots of activation in the upper back, rib cage in. After you're done 15 Russian kettlebell swings, you're gonna do 10 single arm presses. So for that single arm press, again, from that side view, we're pulling that rib cage down, squeezing the shoulder blades together before we even press our object. Once you get overhead, your head can go slightly through that window. I'm squeezing that shoulder blade again at the top for 10 nice and controlled on one side, and then 10 nice and controlled on the other side for 2 sets. Enjoy the warm-up today, guys. We will see you for the workout next. Okay guys, today's first movement in the workout is the sit-up. So if you guys have an ab mat, use it. If you don't, you can roll up a towel, something like that for your low back. So what I'm gonna think about here is I'm just gonna sit down in front of my object, tuck the ab mat into my butt, and then I'm just gonna roll. I wanna make sure I'm opening up through those abs, touching the shoulder blades to the ground, coming up and touching the sides of my shoes at the top. You can use your arms to add a little bit of speed on that. If you've never tried your sit-ups with your feet together, you can also try that. So you're coming all the way down and touching the insides of the shoes. Either of those progressions work. If you do that last progression with your feet together, you're taking the hip flexors out of it and you're just hitting the core a little bit more. So try it if you've never tried it before. It's always good to switch it up. Next movement we're gonna go over is the push-up. So remember guys, the push-up always starts off with the shoulders a little bit ahead of the wrist from that side view. We're squeezing that rib cage in and butt tight to keep nice tension through your core. Elbows tight to the body, all the way down so my thighs and my chest are on the ground, pushing all the way up, keeping those elbows tight. You can also come down from the toes, back up from the knees, or you can just stay on the knees the whole time. If you guys start noticing you're losing that core tension, you're kind of worming your way up on that push-up, so you notice you're kind of opening up and arching the back. We'll let that slide today, but when I get back up to the top, I'm gonna reset through my trunk. So if I warm up, I'm gonna reset through that trunk to make sure my core tension is max, at least on the way down. Once you're done that, we're going for a minute of squats. So remember on that squat, back and chest stays nice and tall. We're gonna think about pushing the knees away from each other. Weight mostly stays on those heels. And if you notice, my knees track slightly outside my toes. Work with whatever range of motion feels good for you guys. More is better. Try to get as deep as you can into that squat without rounding the back and without going on the toes. So that's the main portion there. Finally, we're getting into our Sumo deadlift high pull. So today I'm gonna use a kettlebell. You can use a barbell. You can use a dumbbell holding onto the one head of the dumbbell. Either way works. I'm gonna get into a sumo stance, so my feet are gonna be a little bit wider than my squat. My hips are gonna hinge back. My shins are gonna stay straight in the air, and I'm gonna make sure those shoulders are nice and flat. From here, I'm gonna start by pushing with the legs. I'm gonna squeeze my butt nice and tight, shrug the shoulders, elbows come up. I want my hands a little bit above that collarbone to finish the movement. So again, hinge the butt back, lower with the legs, push with the legs, squeeze my butt. Use that momentum to drive my weight up. If you guys feel comfortable, you can start stringing them together. So I'm squatting down or deadlifting down as the weight comes down. If you're not super comfortable, stop at the top. Perfect on the way down. Pop your hip on the way up, stop again. Just working through whatever speed or range you're comfortable with. Enjoy the workout, guys. We will see you next for the afterburner.
All right, guys, we're here for the afterburner. Got my mat here to get ready for our stretches, so I'll meet you down there. Gonna come down to our glute stretch here. I'm gonna start from all fours. We're going to cross that one leg perpendicular to our body, kind of getting into that pigeon stretch. That back knee is gonna be close to the ankle. Then we're gonna sit our hips back and kind of fish around in that position, trying to stretch out this glute. So I'm gonna move back to the side, play around with it, see where I feel that stretch the most, and kind of hang out in that position. Once you do 2 minutes on that one side, switch, and do 2 minutes again on the opposite side, same position there, ankle close to the knee, sit back, kind of fish around until you feel that stretch. I feel it when I go out to the side more, so see if that works better for you, or you can play around going just further back. Once you finish 2 minutes per side, we're gonna go for 2 minutes in that frog stretch. So on our knees here, try to use something that's soft so it's easier on the knees, especially on the inside of the knees. We're gonna go wide with our knees there until we feel a stretch in our groin. And then from here, we're gonna push our hips back and you'll start to feel a stretch in those hip flexors, in that psoas muscle. Try to mess around with going back and then taking a break, go back until you feel that stretch. You can kind of twist that back a little bit in that position. See what feels best for you, trying to target that groin a little bit more with the frog stretch. So 2 minutes for both stretches today. Hope you guys enjoyed the workout, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for the